Mannion pretty high on this young fella's chances. Paul Menard.
I was getting ready to say, Mike, if he was surprised by Martin Truex and he said, this car is the car you got to watch, just how fast will he be?
Well, this is the same car that he had at Daytona, Jeff. He qualified fourth, led a ton of laps in that race at Daytona. Got shuffled out somewhat at the end of the race, but he pretty much looked like the Pied Piper, as we call Dale Earnhardt Jr. a lot at Daytona and Talladega for most of that Busch Series race at Daytona.
Paul Menard has an ARCA win here. It came 2 years ago.
I believe he was driving for Andy Petrie at that time, wasn't he? His first lap will be a pretty good indicator of what to look for.
We pretty much saw the same thing. He was rim riding on his first lap as well. And that's a good first lap for being that high, 52.87.
Oh boy, that's the best first lap of anybody who's expected to contend for the pole.
And again, I just say how high he was running up there, a lot like his teammate Martin Truex Jr. He should pick up quite a bit on this second lap.
The car's got a really nice smooth ride down the back straightaway. You've already talked about how rough the racetrack is, but yet it really looks good down through there.
Smooth, very smooth. Just one lane off the bottom right there.
As DW would say, he's holding a pretty wheel, folks.
Well, and we talk about, you heard Jeremy Mayfield comment about the role the driver plays. That's one thing he can do, because with these restrictor plates, if you move that steering wheel, it scrubs speed off. Let's see what he can do. He goes to the top of the charts. 52.03 over 184 miles per hour.
A big momentum building qualifying run for you and this entire team. Now you look back to Daytona, you led 37 laps starting fourth. Do you feel like you've learned enough, the nuances of the draft, to really capitalize this weekend?
Definitely learned a lot more after Daytona. Learned that you can't really be jumping outside without any help. So hopefully we'll have some friends come Saturday. I'm just going to drive a little more patient race and kind of pick and choose my battles as we go along. And I definitely have, the engine and the body and the car to do it with. So just be there at the end, dodge a big one, and it'll all pay off for us.
It seems like you and Dan Stillman and the entire team really starting to gel. Last week qualified on the outside pole, had a top 15 run.
Yeah, I've got great race cars every weekend. We unload and we're fast. It's just a matter of fine tuning it, and we're getting a lot better at that. And hats off to everybody at DI for sticking with me, and we're gonna get a good run on Saturday, hopefully win it.
Now, one positive of having a teammate is being able to take, if you're struggling one day, being able to look at their setup sheet and utilizing that. Now, do you and Martin Truex, like the same, feel the certain things same in the race car?
Yes and no. I mean, there's some tracks that we do, some tracks we don't. We always compare setups though, and if set of shocks work for him, it might work for me. We'll try it. There's no harm in trying. Sometimes we get a little short on time, but that's the only limiting factor. It's great to have a teammate though, like Martin. He helps me out a bunch, and his guys on his team, they work good with our guys. So, it's a real positive situation.